Welcome back, everybody, to Photography Tips and Tricks, your show for gear, inspiration, tips, ideas, anything that's going to get your photography over to the next level. My name is RC, and I wanted to talk to you guys before we get Mr. Matt Kloskowski on here. I wanted to give you a quick tip. There was an email that came in that talked a little bit about EV and what EV exposure compensation is. So I figured let's just do a quick talking tip. When you're using your camera and you're dialing into a specific scene, let's just pick something arbitrary. Let's say that you're at aperture priority. Let's say that you're at f8 and you're looking at a scene. Your camera's got a built-in computer that's going to turn around and say, based on what you're showing me, I'm going to pick a specific shutter speed. So it'll pick, let's say, 60th of a second. Now, that's what the camera thinks should be a general exposure. You have the ability to be able to override that by turning around and saying, you know what, I know that that's what you think, but you can turn around and actually switch your exposure compensation to have the camera turn around and say, I want this to go a little bit lower. So that's usually the button that you see on your camera that does a plus or a minus. That's EV, exposure compensation. However, this is the part that confuses people. Flash has its own exposure compensation when you're working with Nikon products. So if you're asking about Flash EV, this is generally how it works. If you have a scene, let's say that you have 3 lights, and you're using your camera to take a picture, and you say to yourself, well, I wish this were darker. If you change the EV on your camera, all of the lights are going to also drop power as well. So you're not just making your scene darker, you're taking every single light that's in that instance and making it darker. Your ambient light as well as your flashlights. So there are times that you probably don't want that to happen. So what you're trying to do in this instance is you're trying to decrease the amount of flash power. Flashes also have their own exposure compensation, and it's also measured in stops. So if you go to the flash itself and you dial in -1 EV, the scene stays exactly the same, but the flash goes down by 1 stop. So it's rather than kind of guessing, it's the same type of system, but just understand that EV with multiple flashes set globally change everything down. EV on the actual flash itself changes an individual flash. The exposure stays the same. So hopefully if you have any other flash questions or things like that, obviously send us an email here or take a look at all the stuff that we have over on Kelby Training. You'll be guaranteed to get all of the flash training that you need right at that one spot. Now, I'm really excited because this week we have Matt Kloskowski talking to us a little bit about some tips on how to be able to use polarizing images. Matt, what do you got for us?
All right, thanks, man. So, landscape and outdoor. You know, I shoot a lot of landscape and outdoors, and one of the filters that I always carry with me is a polarizing filter, because the effect that you get from a polarizing filter, you really can't recreate that effect inside of Photoshop later on. But this tip is actually kind of going to be half photography, half Photoshop, because here, let me show you the images that I have here. All right, so this is the non-polarizing filter image. And this is the polarizing filter image, all right? So if you take a look at the two, if you look at, especially like, look at the mountain over here, okay, on the right-hand side. That's non, and that's the polarized image. You see how there's that white glare that you kind of see on the mountain there? And just on the sand and everything, it kind of has almost a little bit of a washed out look compared to this one, which has a lot more of a vibrant look. And that's why we use polarizers, to help get that nice, vibrant, non-glare type of a look for our photos. And it also starts to mess with the sky. So let's take a look at the difference here. That's non-polarizer. Look at the sky. Looks pretty good. This is the polarized version. If you look at the sky, you see that dip in the middle, that gradient that's over on the top right-hand side. That's the problem of a polarizer on a wide-angle lens. Because of where the sun is and because you're using a wide-angle lens, there's no way that polarizer can cover the whole area. So here's what we want to do. We're going to go open this up inside of Photoshop, and we've got a very quick fix for it. You're going to take both images and just stack one on top of the other. All right, you can see here. There's the polarized version, and there's a non-polarized version. And while we're here, let me just go ahead and let me just zoom in really quick onto that mountain down there, back there in the corner. Take a look. That's the polarized. That's the non-polarized. So you can definitely see the difference there. It's got that glare on it. So what we're going to do is we want to mix the two. We have the non-polarized version on top. What do I like from that? I like the sky. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to grab my quick selection tool. I'm just going to make a very quick selection of the sky. And then when I have a selection, In Photoshop, if I have a selection active, I want to keep that, all I do is just hit the layer mask icon right here at the bottom, and it keeps whatever's selected, but it shows me the rest of the photo below. Because I like the vibrant colors I got down here. I like that there's no glare on the mountain back here, but I like the sky from the other image. Okay, so that's the key, is if you're in that situation, if you're outdoors, you're shooting with a wide angle lens, you're gonna notice a lot of times, and here's like the final tip to this, sometimes it's hard to see it in the camera. Because when your thumbnail's that small, you're looking at the back of your camera, you can't always see that you have that gradient in the sky, and it's not until you get back home and you realize that the shot's kind of ruined because it's hard to go in and fix. That's why you want to take two. Have your camera on a tripod, take one with the polarizer, one without, merge them later on to get the best photo.
Thanks so much, Matt. Now, it's those kinds of things, those little tips and ideas when you're out on the field that make all of the difference when you're doing out and you're making great pictures. So let's take a quick break. When we come back, we've got another special tutorial, the website for you to watch, and a giveaway. So stick around. Welcome back, everybody, to Photography Tips and Tricks. RC here. Now, we've got a special guest today. We've got Kelly Mondora from Westcott, who's going to give us actually a sneak peek into a product that's going to be debuting next week at WPPI. You're going to want to take a look at this.
Well, this is actually really exciting because this is the first time that anybody's seen some of this product. We're going to be showcasing at WPPI, but for all you TD6 lovers out there who love that constant continuous daylight, this is daylight in the form of LED. So what's great about that, you don't have any lamps that you need to take on location or screw in. It's just a constant light. It's full daylight, and as you can see in the back, it's fully dimmable. Now, the cool thing about this is it is actually just like any studio light where you can mount accessories on. So you can put a softbox on, you can put an umbrella, a snoot, a grid, so you've got literally a lot of versatility with this light. So we're really excited for this, and again, you can see it for the first time at WPPI. And then this little guy, we're actually calling the Rapid Box. This is our mini, it's 20 inch, and then we have a little bigger one that's 26, and then a strip that's 10 by 24. But the really cool thing about this is how compact it is, and it's all metal construction. So basically, you've got a little knob here, you turn this lever, and it locks into place. And what's nice about that, when you're taking it on location, it just turns and sets up in a couple seconds. And then push that in, give it a little twist, and voila. This is fully adjustable, so you can put literally any type of speed light on here. But the really neat thing, and I don't have it here, but we are actually going to have a very neat screw-in deflector plate you can put here, so it'll give you the look of a beauty dish. So again, all metal construction, really portable, and it's just kind of portable beauty dish stuff on the go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this product and taking a look at these, and we're really excited to show them at WPPI. And thanks, guys, for having us on. So back to you.
Hi, everybody. Scott Kelby here. I'm the Conference Technical Chair for the upcoming Photoshop World Conference and Expo. I want to tell you something new we're doing for 2013 I think is going to have a really big impact. So we have over 100 training classes over the 3 days. What we've done is we've divided these very carefully into 7 training tracks. It's like having 7 conferences all in one place at the same time, and you can choose which one you want to go to. For example, let's say that you come to Photoshop World and you really want to learn Lightroom. Well, we have a Lightroom track that runs every day throughout the conference, so you can go there and learn nothing but Lightroom. Or what if you wanted to learn lighting? You can go and get the best instructors teaching you lighting every single day. We have 7 different tracks that are going, and by the way, if you're in a track, you don't have to stay in that track. You can go into any track you like and switch anytime, many times as you want. That's what's great about this. It gives you complete control over creating a custom conference experience with 7 different tracks to choose from. I hope I'll see you at the upcoming Photoshop World Conference and Expo.
Welcome back, everybody. RC here. Now, I want to make sure that you guys keep in mind, if you want to see any of the stuff that Kelly was talking about, the best place for you to check out is over at Westcott. FJWestcott.com. It's a great site for you to take a look at all of this stuff. Now, if you want to follow more stuff of what we're doing, the best place for you to take a look at this is going to be Photoshop World. This is coming up, guys. Make sure you go and take a look at this. It's April 17th and the 19th at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. If you want to learn from the best out there, this is the place for you to do it. So make sure that you register over at photoshopworld.com. Now, I wanted to talk to you about one more thing before we go. Actually, you've probably seen me playing around with this. This is an element case, right? So I'm a big fan of the product. I think they're really, really good. And just recently, they came out with a soft tech line, right? More often than not, we're playing with like big, padded things and metals and things that you screw in. But I spent a lot of time recently shooting with my Olo clip, right? So I don't necessarily want to have something that gets kind of molded on and I have to spend a lot of time playing around with it. So this element case is actually a soft case that I can use now, and I can pop my phone off and use this however I see fit. I take a whole bunch of different pictures with it, and it's a great thing. So I like having this ability, but also being able to just kind of throw it right in here, clamp it shut, and now I have a spot for credit cards and a license and things like that. And it's really, really nice. It feels really, really good. They have one for that as well as for the iPad, and they also have one for the Galaxy S3. So if you go over here to the elementcase.com website and you take a look at the new soft tech line, that's where we're going to take a look at that. So I'm just going to show you here. Go to soft tech. There's your mobile wallet, and you'll see mobile wallet, iPhone 5, Galaxy S3, iPad mini. Just feels great. Here's actually something that I thought was really cool, right? So you're watching this, right? Beautiful case. I like it. All well and good. What if you want to lean it up? Watch. Done. Pretty straightforward. Because this thing has this kind of plastic back, and this is really soft but grippy, you can go ahead and actually stand it however you want. I thought that was pretty neat. You can do that both with this one as well as with this phone. How cool. I would just probably tuck this in and just do it like that, and you'll be good to go. But anyway, I thought it was really neat. I was playing around with it with the Olo clip, so why don't we do this? I'm gonna give away a bunch of stuff for this one. I'm gonna give away one of these cases. Do you wanna win? You can go ahead and win either the iPad mini case, you can win an element case, and you're gonna win this book. If you're a speedlighter, there's no one better than Silverina. Silverina is a great guy on the Canon side to learn Flash. So this is the guy that you want to listen to, and this book is huge, thanks to the folks over at PeachBit. You're going to win one of these, and you're going to win your choice of iPad mini, S3, or iPhone 5 cases from Element Case. How are we going to do that? Well, the best way for you to do it is just to go over here to the Kelby TV website. Over at the Kelby TV website, you can go ahead and find, let's go ahead and bring that up here. Here you can find which show we're working with. Let's go to Photography Tips and Tricks. This is the show that we're looking at. And inside of here, what you want to do is you want to find the episode that we're dealing with. Right now, we're dealing with episode 20. So go to that episode, and inside of there, go all the way down to the bottom. And at the very, very bottom, go ahead and leave your name, leave your email, leave a comment. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what we can help you with in your photography. One of you guys is going to win one of these two prizes. So now, there's a PeachBit ebook deal that I want to tell you about. Make sure that you go here, peachbit.com. There's a promotion. It's a Kelby TV e-deal. You save 40% from this book, Nicole S. Young, plug-in with On1 software. Now, this is an ebook. If you put in a code, Kelby TV, you can get this ebook for $19.19. So it's a great bargain. Thank you so much to PeachBit for the book, for the deal, and for all of the support. Guys, that's pretty much it for this week. I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week here at Photography Tips and Tricks.